Hi everyone, it's Mario Vegas and welcome back to the channel. This time let's take our game again back to the top of our table. In this episode we will take a look at cool upcoming board games for 2023. But before we start, make sure you subscribe and hit notification bell to be always informed about the new episodes. And if you know someone who may be interested in this kind of games, go ahead and share this video. Last bit to mention, I will keep an eye on games availability on Amazon and I will add affiliate links as soon as the game will be available, so you can check it out without spending time on search. Okay, and now let's start. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the adventure game. Players take a role of heroes involved in epic quests, working together to defeat their enemies and explore the vast expanse of Skyrim. You will be able to choose character miniatures, plan your strategy with weapons or spells, and fight your way through forgotten mines and ancient cities to find ancient treasures and increase your power. The Witcher Old World. The game lets players to construct their own unique deck of cards by choosing from a wide range of abilities, attacks, dodges, and Witcher combat magic. Through card strategy, players aim to achieve powerful combos as they utilize their Witcher Scrolls hallmark abilities to their full potential. Quests, battles, and even dice poker allows each player to earn money, obtain new items, and train their skills. Cyberpunk 2077 Gangs of Night City. In the game, players assume role of a gang leader, with you organizing your gang members to take power in a city. Your action affects not only your game and your opponents, but the city itself. Each gang has different attributes and goals, giving each player a different gaming experience. Dying Light. Dying Light, the board game, brings the world of the video games Dying Light franchise to the tabletop as an epic scale board game. It will be interesting to see which hallmarks of Dying Light will make it to the board game realm. Yeah, nowadays there are less and less boundaries between platforms, which is actually cool. Quantified. Quantified is a cooperative board game set in a world in which everyone's behavior is constantly surveilled and analyzed. Game is brilliant. It is based on actual totalitarian states that exist today. A player behavior results in a social credit score determining their position on the social ladder. Players start from different positions as a refugee, unemployed, or employed, with unequal access to human rights. The goal of the game is make all rights accessible to all players and to fight the implementation of totalitarian policies. RuneScape Kingdoms, Shadow of Elward. It is an epic adventure board game that takes place in a world of Gielinor, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. This game takes a lot of inspiration from a classic RuneScape gameplay to guide players on an epic quest to fight back the forces of evil and save medieval fantasy lands from war. You'll face off with a range of bosses in your quest, with each battle helping you to level up and continue your journey. Star Wars Dice Tower Game. You must take control of one of 6 races and use your flying castles to set out the farmers, miners, and armies to prove that you are the rightful ruler of the town. Get the resources, complete quests, and buy strong armies. And rotate and move your castles on one of the 4 different maps. The Dark Water. In the Dark Water, a cooperative app-driven adventure game set in a dark, fantastical vision of 1980s New Orleans, players each take control of a Beaumont agent and work alongside one another to solve the worst crimes that New Orleans has to offer. Crown of Ash. Crown of Ash is a strategic worker placement and area control game for 1 to 4 players. The players send out their minions to gather the 4 alchemical reagents necessary to rise the dead. Using these elements, each player may rise 1 to 6 different beautifully illustrated and highly unique undead fighters, which they will use to hold structures and attack enemies. Midhala. I hope I pronounced the name right. Midhala is a true Euro cooperative dungeon crawler, where combat has zero luck element. Besides strategic hero mechanics, it features tower defense elements and character-centered story-driven campaign with a campaign set in a fantasy Viking settings. The Elder Scrolls: Betrayal of the Second Era. This is a 1 to 4 players cooperative tabletop game adventure set during Tamriel's Second Era. Same as in the Elder Scrolls video game, players will travel on the epic journey, balancing exploration, character building, dungeon diving, and close quarters combat as well. Flutter. Flutter is vibrant tile-laying strategy game for up to 5 players. Players take turns laying tiles of different shapes, earning petal tokens for matching flower petals in each corner. As the game progresses, players will spend those petal tokens when they enclose a previously laid tile, supplying the tile's pollinator with all the flowers it needs, earning pollen. Once a single stack of the tiles has been emptied, the player with the most pollen is the winner. Microbots Duel. Microbots is a strategic duel game where you must outmaneuver your opponent. It is a card game. Card effects, attacking, moving, etc. becomes more powerful based on the number of cards you have previously placed, so the order you play your cards determines your strategy and outcome of the game. Among Cultists. This game is inspired by masterpiece of Among Us. In this game you must become a member of a secret society. 4 to 8 investigators will try to prevent the arrival of a big evil, but you must watch out because evil occultists are already among us. Ascendancy. In this game you lead one of the 6 different houses of royal lineage which compete for a throne. You must reclaim your family name through the heroes or villains journeys spanning through multiple generations or a single scenario. You must build your empire skywards, seize control outward, manipulate the economy or dominate the battlefield. There are several paths to victory and every decision counts, and every time you play this game it can go different way. Robomon. Robomon is an exploration-focused, story-driven, open-world game of robot combat. After a series of wars and climate events, most of the world's animals went extinct. Robomon were invented to piece the environment and ecosystem back together. You must take a role of a brand new Robomon trainer, exploring the world and attempting to become a fully licensed Robomon ranger and the greatest trainer on the planet. Explore the book of maps and work your way through the adventure book to complete quests, solve puzzles and defeat enemies. Andromeda's Edge. For now, this game is planned to reach audience in 2024. However, it is worth to mention this game. Andromeda Edge is a worker placement game in which your workers are upgradable warships, each with different special abilities. The game board features a modular hexagonal map displaying regions of space with worker placement actions and sites for development. Your player board is a customizable starbase that allows you to build massive engines by attaching various types of modules. Each player controls a unique faction with subtle different ways to play the game. The game ends when any player has reached the end game scoring threshold and the players total up a variety of scoring attributes. By the way, guys, which of these mentioned games you found most interesting? Which of ones you waiting for? And if you know any title that is not mentioned here but you think that it deserves to be mentioned, please write down that in the comments. If you found this episode useful and interesting, give it a like and do not forget to subscribe. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching and following channel. Have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next episode.